Grrr. That part, L.O.T.S approved media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 72. We in the building. Hold up, let's get this intro music going in. Hold up. Hold up. There was some freezing going on a little bit earlier. Let's see if we can get this right, man. And I do apologize, guys. I do apologize. Technical difficulties, technology. L.O.T.S Proof Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 72. Back in the building, you heard me? By the grace of Most High, this is the incomparable, the art, the imitator, but cannot be duplicated. One day to their style, from the elected, appointed voice of the streets, leader of the streets, learn off the streets. You already know I'm the one that keep creating what they keep taking. You heard me? All right, you guys, I'm top op public enemy number 1. That part, I want to look at everybody to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 72. And this is powered by L.O.T.S approved media. That part. There's been some technical difficulties going on. We was experiencing a little bit of freezing earlier, and I do apologize, all right? Technology, streaming, and things of that nature. You know we from the streets, but we're going to figure it out. You guys let me know in the comment section if you guys see any malfunctioning, goings-ons, any freezing. As soon as you come to the building, do me a favor, leave a like, all right? Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know you're in the building. That part. Bow. That part. We on a little bit late today, you guys, a little bit late. Things are always subject to change. That's why I tell you guys, turn your notification bells on. Things are subject to change here. Nothing remains the same. And such is life, all right? It's not the strongest one that survives all the time. It's usually the one that's able to adjust. So we're going to be able to adjust. Obviously, we was able to adjust by the grace of Most High. All right, shout out to everybody in YouTube land. Shout out to everybody in Facebook land. Shout out to everybody in Twitter land. You heard me? And by the grace of Most High, we're able to meet up today, all right? All right, let's cut some of this intro music off. Amen. Shout out to Katrina Judd in the building. That part. Amen. We're going to cut some of this intro music off and we're going to get to it. That part. Guys, check it out. I'm the author imitator that cannot be duplicated on one they took their style from, all right? I'm the one that keep creating what they keep taking. I'm the initiator. I take the initiative. I'm top op public enemy number 1. And you guys will figure out why I say that. All right, the voice of the streets, leader of the streets, learn off the streets. It's L.O.T.S approved. Learn the acronym, L.O.T.S approved, Lord of the Streets. And there's a reason why they call me that, all right? Once again, this is powered by L.O.T.S approved media. And I want to welcome everybody to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 72, by the grace of Most High. Now, I went on early a little bit, and we experienced a little bit of freezing, you heard? Like I told you guys, this is technology, nonetheless. But we're going to make it do what it do. A lot of complications for the day, but I'm still able to come on for the day. That part. Now, we got some subjects at hand. We got some things to speak about. You already see what's going on with the ladies, Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know if you guys have been seeing what's going on the internet, but we're going to speak about that, obviously, all right? And you know Nicki always got some pressure. Nowadays, I like to call her Nicki 50 Cent Minaj. All right, that's what I give her. That's the name I give her nowadays. All right. Shout out to Wife and Lucci. Wife and Lucci will be coming home in 3.5 months. Let's clap it up for Wife and Lucci nonetheless. All right. Seems like he was forgotten. Also on Netflix, there's gonna be a release of the Griselda Blanco story. All right. I'm particularly a big fan of Griselda Blanco. You're in Miami, Florida. We known for drugs. You heard me. So definitely we're gonna speak about that. Wayne, shout out to Lil Wayne, his protege. Wayne says that Drake, the reason why Drake gets so much ridicule is because he's light-skinned. We'll speak about that also. Also, you guys, you know this is Fashion Week in France, Paris, France. And I don't know if you guys seen online, there's a picture of Quavo sitting next to his seemingly arch nemesis, Chris Brown. I don't know how they were able to maintain sitting next to each other, but we'll speak about that also. All right. Once again, you guys do me a favor. As soon as you come in the building, don't be a ninja watcher. It's a person that be creeping and watching, all right? I need everybody to hit those like buttons, those hearts up and them thumbs, them hearts and thumbs up. Hit the like button, all right? Like I said, whether you're in YouTube land, Facebook land, or Twitter land, all right? We in these YouTube streets, these internet streets, what have you. All right, let's start off with this. Let's speak about this Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj. Now, you guys know Meg Thee Stallion. She hasn't been the people's champ for a little bit. Meg Thee Stallion has been receiving a lot of ridicule ever since this whole debacle with Tory Lanez, right? She not too many people are a fan of what's her name of Megan Thee Stallion as of lately. Nonetheless, Nicki Minaj shares them same sentiments. There's been seen online Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion trading words, subliminal words on their page. You guys go on Nicki page, you can see Nicki sending subliminals. Grrr, don't shoot the messenger, sending plenty subliminals at Megan Thee Stallion, and Megan Thee Stallion sending those missiles right back. All right, you guys do me a favor. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. Also, do me that favor. Let's get everybody acclimated. I did go on hella late today, but there's a lot of technical difficulties. I actually wasn't gonna go on today, but I still went on. So I need everybody to share this podcast. Share this with your admirers. Share this with your friends and your followers and family members. All right. So now, Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj have been going on a back and forth, right? Also, there's actually a diss record that Meg Thee Stallion actually released. Now, this is in response to Nicki Minaj. All right? Nicki Minaj had some words for Megan Thee Stallion on that Pink Friday, that new album that she actually dropped. All right? She spoke in reference and made some in reference to Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? Stay in your Tory lanes. And that, obviously, that was a shot at Megan Thee Stallion. Nonetheless, Megan Thee Stallion has replied back to Nicki. All right. Now, some low blows have been traded now. Some low blows. For one, Megan Thee Stallion was quoted saying, hoes don't be mad at me. They be mad at Megan's Law. All right. So Megan's Law, I think that's in reference to you having to register as sex offenders. All right. So that was a low blow for Nicki Minaj's, actually, for her boyfriend. Well, her husband, that is. Kenneth, Kenneth McGriff. I think that's his name, actually. She's sending shots at Nicki's husband, which is actually, that's low-hanging fruit. Most of the times, people that go at Nicki, they're going to go at her husband because he is a registered sex offender. All right? No offense to him, but don't shoot the messenger. It is what it is. And this is a low-hanging fruit. Basically, anybody that goes at Nicki Minaj is going to pull that card. So I'm pretty sure Nicki was ready for that. Now, you guys can see Nicki Minaj. You guys can see Nicki Minaj on her Instagram page doing a lot of subliminal, sending a lot of subliminal messages, all right? Nicki Minaj was, and she actually has responded with a record. If you guys go on Nicki's page, you're going to see Nicki already went to the studio. So Nicki's at the studio, and she has some punchlines for her. And using a lot of foot references, all right? A lot of foot references. She's speaking, safe to say she's going to be speaking about Megan's foot and her getting shot, allegedly, by Tory Lanez. Allegedly, all right? Because you guys know that the bodyguard for Tory Lanez actually submitted a statement. The one that actually went missing during the case, he submitted a statement, and that might be a change of events. It might change the results of what's going on with Tory being currently incarcerated. But nonetheless, I don't know what's going on with Nicki, and I think this might be, all right, this is what I suggest, this is what I think why Nicki's going at Megan Thee Stallion, okay? You guys know Megan Thee Stallion recently did a record with Cardi B. Now, like I said, this is a speculative, all right? I don't know what's causing this rift between Nicki and what's her name? Megan Thee Stallion. But nonetheless, she did do that record, Bongos, with Cardi B. And you already know anybody that's siding with Nicki Minaj's ops at this point, Nicki 50 Cent Minaj. Anybody that's siding with her ops is, I guess they're op also. They're inheriting whatever beef that she has with that person. So I'm just speculating here, but I really think that this is probably because she associated herself with Cardi B. And there's probably some things that's going on behind the scenes. And we all know that Nicki is easily triggered. And when you're talking about her lyrical capability, I don't think Nicki Minaj really wants that pressure. Let's just be real. Nicki Minaj wants that pressure. She's looking for pressure. She's going at any female artist. She went at L.O.T.S. She went at Cardi B. She went obviously at Megan Thee Stallion. All right. And she seemingly embraces some artists. I think she embraced Coi Leray, and a few other artists that she has embraced. She embraced Ice Spice, obviously. So Nicki Minaj does embrace some artists, but seemingly it looks like I'm calling spade a spade. It looks like anybody that has any that's lyrically inclined, Nicki Minaj is not friends with them. It seems like there's not enough room at the top for Nicki Minaj and these other women rappers. Now I want to give a shout out to Megan Thee Stallion, because Megan Thee Stallion, like, she's starting to pour it on a little bit more lyrically, and I'm liking that from Megan Thee Stallion. But hold up, let's press the break on that. Megan Thee Stallion, I don't know if Megan Thee Stallion was writing all her rhymes, because obviously Megan Thee Stallion was dating a writer that goes by the name of Pardison Fontaine. Pardison Fontaine, I do believe that's that man's name. He's known for writing a list of hits for female artists, all right? He writes for Cardi B, all right? And obviously I think he was writing some material for Meg Thee Stallion. Now, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm curious to know, is Meg writing her rhymes? Because this is Nicki Minaj's whole argument. Nicki Minaj's argument saying, y'all hoes is not writing y'all raps. And I got to give it to Nicki Minaj. Like we spoke about on the prior podcast, you can't be the king of no hip-hop genre. You can't be the king of no hip-hop category unless you actually write your lyrics. And that will never change in the realm of hip-hop. You have to write your rhymes. So giving credit to Nicki Minaj, she does that. And Nicki 50 Cent Minaj is ruling with an iron fist. Shout out to Paul Bizzle in the building. We in the building. Mafia thing. You already know. Shout out to Bizzle. Bizzle, I do apologize. There's some technical difficulties. The screen was freezing up earlier. The Rodecaster was malfunctioning earlier. A list of other things, right? But we're still on. Obviously, we don't go on this late. It's 11 o'clock at night, but we on, all right? Consistency, resiliency. And to be quite frank with you, like I said, I was going to take a rest, but I don't take no rest. I'm the hardest working man in showbiz, that part. All right, so like I said, Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion, they're going at it. You can see Nicki Minaj on her Instagram. On her Instagram stories, Nicki Minaj is showing her feet. All right, so we all know what she's trying to insinuate, what she's alluding to. She's trying to get Megan Thee Stallion to show her feet. Nicki Minaj is petty. Nicki 50 Cent Minaj is petty, just like 50. All right, very reminiscent of 50 Cent. All right, that's a 50 Cent approach. But nonetheless, shout out to Nicki Minaj. I just like that Nicki Minaj is actually setting the bar. She's setting the climate for female MCs. Nicki Minaj is controlling the realm of the women MCs. She's in full control, right? She's setting a bar. Nicki Minaj is setting a standard. We got to clap it up for her. Clap it up for Nicki. No matter what, I don't know what horse you have in this race, whose side you guys are on. But I've been told, we've seen online that L.O.T.S doesn't write some of her rhymes, though she can write. Same thing as Drake. Now, I'm not against them because they don't write their rhymes, but there's a big, there's a void that people are trying to fill in the female category, right? They want to be, they're supposed to be a queen, all right? And Nicki Minaj is at the forefront as being the queen, the top MC, the top female MC in hip-hop. And her numbers are showing that. All right, Nicki Minaj's numbers are reflecting that. I think she had 200,000 units sold for Pink Friday 2. All right, she's number one trending. Nicki Minaj is constantly showing her accolades. All right, if you notice what Nicki Minaj is doing, Nicki Minaj is not waiting for you to give her flowers. That's why you got to give it up to Nicki Minaj. She's not waiting for nobody to give her flowers. She's taking her flowers. She's taking her respect. And that's why I got to give a shout out to Nicki. Nicki's not playing, all right? Shout out to Nicki Minaj and all the barbs out there with the crazy, insane fan base. True definition of fanatics. Let's be clear, Nicki Minaj has fanatics. All right? And nonetheless, you guys get a chance, listen to Megan Thee Stallion. She dropped Cobra. Cobra's a little bit more lyrical, and she dropped something new. All right? Megan Thee Stallion, you know she's receiving ridicule because she's presumably, people assume that she's promiscuous, and she's not doing nothing to dispel that. All right? She's actually playing into that. But we're not going to go too far into that. But I'm more concerned about the rapping. I'm more concerned about the back and forth, metal sharpens steel, and that's what's going on here. So shout out to Meg Thee Stallion, man. And shout out to all the female rappers out there, and big up to Nicki Minaj. Big up to Nicki Minaj on behalf of L.O.T.S approved media. All right? Now, you guys, moving right along. Listen, I know you guys are familiar with this. There's an old situation that has rehashed seemingly. All right? All right. You guys know that Quavo of the Migos was once friends with your man's Chris Brown, all right? The second coming of Michael Jackson. I find that to be blasphemous, all right? I just said it because that's what people are saying out there. But do I believe in it? No, I do not believe in it, all right? But nonetheless, Quavo has been seen online. Quavo and Chris Brown are off in Paris, all right? They're in France, all right? So Quavo and Chris Brown are seen sitting together at a fashion event. Now, last time we checked, Quavo and Chris Brown do not get along. Ever since this situation where Quavo was seen with Karrueche, all right, and keep in mind, prior to that, Quavo and the Migos were apparently friends, all right, and obviously that didn't sit well with Chris Brown. So now you have fast forward. They're at Paris. They're in Paris. You know, everybody's out there. The Paris, everybody's out there for the fashion week, okay? Now, you guys seeing somebody had the genius. Somebody was diabolical. And they were able to put Chris Brown next to Quavo. Now, they're damn near rubbing knees together. Their knees are seen touching almost, all right? It appeared to be touching from our angle. Nonetheless, they're sitting directly next to each other. Now, this went unhitched. No altercation took place at all. But everybody was left speculative. Everybody was speculating. Everybody was wondering, why is Chris Brown sitting next to Quavo? Did they squash their beef? Were they able to resolve this? Well, according to Chris Brown, this is not resolved as of yet. Chris Brown is not rocking with Quavo, all right? He said this is not no friendship, all right? This is business. He ain't gonna let this situation mess up the business, all right? How he eats. And I'm paraphrasing right now. You guys get a chance. You guys can actually see Chris Brown. You can see what Chris Brown said on what's the name? Quote for quote. Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm gonna see if I can pull this up on the gram. And let me see if I can check it out. I want to quote exactly what Chris Brown actually said. But like I said, Chris Brown was seen sitting next to Quavo. Now, this is an ongoing thing. For one, I'm disappointed actually in Chris Brown. I don't think it's so much on Quavo part because Quavo has yet to respond to this whole situation, right? But nonetheless, Chris Brown did respond. He said that he definitely said that he's not friends with him. This is not a friendship thing. All right, it's about business. But I'm concerned about this whole Quavo and Chris Brown issue. For one, this is about a woman, gentlemen. Chris Brown, Quavo, I'm disappointed in both you guys. All right, this is about Karrueche. Karrueche has moved on with her life. This is what happens when men beef about women. This is what happens when friends let women come between them, okay? We as men, we've all damn near experienced this, all right? Or probably are still currently going through it. I'm probably sure might go through it in the future. But we as men, we have to be aware of these type of things. Gentlemen, when we're going through it, right? And we have friends, and we presume these friends are presumably great friends, right? Good friends are hard to find. Let's just make this clear. Now, when we let women get between us, This is always my problem. When men let women get between them, these women continue on with their life. Shout out to the ladies, all right? But when men let women get between their friendship, these women continue to move on with their life. A lot of times when you see men let women get between their friendship, and these niggas was once friends and they're no longer friends, sometimes it ends up to being altercation takes place, right? Luckily, by the blessings, by the grace of Most High, there's no altercation that took place between Quavo and Chris Brown. We're speaking about Quavo and Chris Brown at the Paris Fashion Week, sitting next to each other, but they're not friends. Why they're not friends? Because they was at one point at odds about Karusha, whatever her name is. All right, you remember this one? This was Chris Brown, the little Oriental, black Oriental chick. All right, Karushi, that's her name. All right, you guys know Chris Brown he's zany about these girls. Chris is zany about the women, all right? And it seems like Chris still got something on his heart. He still got that chip on his shoulder for Quavo. But I'm proud of him because he didn't let that result into messing up his money. He was able to sit next to Quavo at the Fashion Week with no altercation taking place. So shout out to Chris Brown. But I'm still disappointed in Chris Brown. I'm disappointed in Quavo. First of all, you guys, keep in mind, Karushi's moved on with her life. Karrueche is sitting next to another man right now enjoying her life. None of you gentlemen are no longer in her life, I presume. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see nothing. I don't see no pictures online of Chris Brown with Karrueche, nor do I see Quavo with Karrueche, all right? And obviously these gentlemen have had relationships after that fact. But what we're speaking about is how men end friendships behind women that they're no longer with. Gentlemen, we gotta do something. We gotta do better. We have to do better, gentlemen. We have to do better. I highly recommend that Chris Brown let that go. Because I think Quavo let it go. Now, maybe he didn't. But if he didn't, I think Quavo needs to let this go too. I ain't saying you guys got to be the best of friends, but at least to the public, you guys should seem like you guys are friends. Obviously, you guys are able to be cordial, right? But try to rekindle that friendship, at least to the degree where you guys are able to speak to each other. And who knows, maybe you guys will be able to work again with each other, all right? But I don't like to see Quavo and Chris Brown beefing, knowing that that woman, Karrueche, that they were beefing about, she's moved on with her life. She's with another man. And you guys are still not friends. It makes no sense. We as men, we got to be careful with that. All right, we definitely have to be careful with that. If you're not married to her, if you wasn't married to her, remember, there's a term. She's not yours. It's only your turn. Now, I'm not saying that a friend should be dating another friend's girl, right? Obviously, that might be dastardly. It might be low underhanded, right? But at the same time now, let's not beef over a woman that you guys are currently both not with this woman no more. So I don't see no reason for you guys to be beefing over Karrueche, all right? She's moved on with her life at this point. Nonetheless, let's try to get this together. I'm very disappointed that Chris Brown even said that because Chris Brown made it known that he's not friends with Quavo. All right, and this is Quavo with takeoff passing away and all these chain of events after, and he's still carrying on with this. Chris Brown don't let go no grudge. Chris ain't easy, you know. Chris Brown ain't easy. He don't let go grudges easy. Apparently, Chris Brown does not let go grudges easily. All right? It's like once you're on Chris's bad side, you stay on that bad side, unfortunately. All right? And I feel like you guys, if they were friends, there's more to be gained by being friends than actually not being friends, obviously. Now, listen, let me read this comment section, what Bizzle got to say. The organizers of the show put those men to sit next to each other, going to get a story that was slimy. Props to the brothers for keeping it cordially. Facts, though. Yeah. The promoters of that Fashion Week event, they knew maybe they didn't know, because I'm not going to say they did. I ain't going to say that they did know. But if they did, that's diabolical. It's diabolical to put Chris Brown next to Quavo. But same time, the reason why I say they probably didn't do that, because that could have resulted in an altercation. And that altercation could have escalated to the point where the show is shut down. And I don't think that they wanted the event to be shut down. But it makes you it make you speculate. I'm not gonna lie, I was speculating that because they do that in urban events, but this is all the way in Paris. I don't think that was their intentions, but it is a possibility there. There's a possibility there, Bizzle. Shout out to Bizzle. Facts though, it seemed like it was diabolical. All right, now you guys, like I said before, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast with your minions, with your friends, with your colleagues. All right, family members. Share it with your loved ones. Do me that favor. And I did go on late today. I went on 11 o'clock, but nonetheless, I still went on. So make sure you guys are turning your notification bells on. All right, on whatever social platform you're on. Like I said, we're streaming off of YouTube, we're streaming off of Facebook, and we're streaming off of Twitter. All right, that part. Nonetheless, and we on Apple Podcasts for the audio, so you guys can listen to the audio. We'll be dropping the audio. I'm probably gonna drop the audio tonight, like usually. I'm gonna drop the audio. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop that audio tonight. Now, you guys, moving right along. Listen, I want to give a big shout out to YFN Lucci. You guys, YFN Lucci is being released in 3.5 months. 3.5 months, all right? Shout out to YFN Lucci. I call him the forgotten one. Everybody's been speaking about YSL, obviously, speaking about Young Thugs and his label mates, his cohorts. Everybody's been speaking about Young Thug. And I told you, everybody forgot about YFN Lucci. Lately, I've been chasing paper, chasing guap. But hey, the fucker, you know what it is. Shout out to YFN Lucci, one of my favorite artists. YFN Lucci's coming home in 3.5 months. Shout out to him. All right. Now, this is a lawyer that was provided through 50 Cent. Shout out to 50 Cent for getting that man a good lawyer. Now, it looks like the deal is he got 10 years probation with 10 years incarceration. Now, he's getting time served. All right. And in 3.5 months, he'll be eligible for parole. Okay. So with that being said, also, they spoke to the judge already. And according to YFN Lucci's lawyer, the judge is not going to be against him going on parole, right? Because, you still got to go see the parole board, I guess, right? They have to agree on that. And I guess they're not going to give him no resistance on parole. So shout out to YFN Lucci, nonetheless. Big up to YFN Lucci coming home. I know you guys see YFN Lucci with the hair. YFN Lucci let Miami grow on him, all right? Dade County done grew on YFN Lucci. YFN Lucci, like, he got the locks going on. Dade County shit. He got the wicks going on. I'm curious to see what he gonna do with it, right? He might just let it grow, Dade County style. Shout out to YFN Lucci, South Florida style. The big wicks, you heard? That part. YFN Lucci coming home. Listen, you guys, let's talk about it. All right. They've been speaking about, Lil Wayne was speaking about, they asked Lil Wayne about Drake, right? So Lil Wayne says that the reason people hate on Drake, you guys know people hate on Drake, right? Sometimes it seems like Drake is hated on and it's unwarranted. Sometimes people hate on Drake for things beyond music, beyond music. You're supposed to be judging Drake about music, but Drake gets a lot of hate. Now, according to Lil Wayne, according to his mentor, Lil Wayne, his favorite rapper, Lil Wayne says that Drake gets a lot of ridicule because he's light-skinned. Now, it makes you think. That's something to sit back and think. All right? According to Wayne, he says that Drake gets a lot of ridicule because he's light-skinned. Wayne even went as far as to say that he used to hate on light-skinned niggas. All right? Now, you know me, I'm a dark-skinned brother. All right? And sometimes we do go back and forth with the red niggas, dark-skinned versus red, but there's no animosity held there. But keep in mind now, the light-skinned niggas was in the 80s. Let's be clear, in the 80s, light-skinned was in, and then the dark-skinned niggas, then we came in. And when the dark-skinned niggas came in, we never left. All right? So dark-skinned niggas running this shit right now. Shout out to the light-skinned niggas, man, nonetheless. But I kind of agree with him. Drake does get some hate because he's light-skinned, but that's not the whole thing. Now, there's a lot of things that they say comes with being light-skinned. We got to admit it. There's a lot of things that come with being light-skinned. Some say the light-skinned niggas are pretty boys. Some say light-skinned niggas are pretty boys. When you're a pretty boy, you kind of feminine. There's a lot of things about light skinned niggas. All right. A lot of things people say about light-skinned niggas. Drake is very emotional. We can agree with that. Drake is a very emotional artist. Now, are we contributing that to him being light-skinned? Is Drake being light-skinned, is that why he's so emotional? Listen, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things. Maybe they're misconceptions. Maybe Drake one day can dispel these misconceptions. But there's a lot of consistencies with being light-skinned, you heard? Or the emotional factor. He pours his heart out emotionally. All right, the pretty boy factor. You know he's on this pretty boy shit. You see he's wearing barrettes, right? Drake with the hair, champagne poppy. You see what's going on here. All right. So, is it warranted? Is Drake being hated on for being light skinned? Is that warranted? Are light skinned brothers pretty boys? Are they feminine? See, a lot of women, let me tell you something, a lot of black women, right? Our sisters, I've heard this from our sisters' mouths, right? I'm a dark-skinned brother, and a lot of women, they like me, and they tell me the reason why they love me and why they love my skin complexion. A lot of women tell me they don't want to be with a light-skinned nigga. They don't want to have to compete with a light-skinned nigga. And this is listen, when you do the consensus, when I speak to my sisters, this is the consensus. When they're dealing with a light-skinned brother, it's like they're dealing with another pretty being, another pretty person, a pretty boy, right? They want to be the only pretty boy. They want to be the only pretty person in that scenario, in that equation. She wants to be the only one glorified, rightfully so, as a pretty. That's a feminine trait to be pretty. Let's just keep it, let's call a spade, okay? So I know a lot of light-skinned brothers might beg to differ with me. But this is not me saying that. I did not come up with this. These are the women that I've dated, the women that I've spoken to, built dialogue with. I build dialogue with them, and this is what the women are saying. Unanimously across the board, this is what women are saying. Some black women do not date light-skinned niggas because they feel like they on some pretty shit. All right? And they don't want to compete with the pretty shit. They want to be the only pretty person in the equation. All right? Nonetheless. Now, does Drake do it to himself? Drake kind of feeds into it. Ain't Drake? Okay. I got one for Drake. Drake also is the one that did the Drake had a haircut, right? And Drake is the one that put the heart in his head. Do you guys remember Drake? It got a heart, the barber cut a heart into his head. Like, you know how you get like the half moon? They put a heart there, okay? This is what Drake runs around with, a heart in his haircut. This all contributes to being pretty. So Drake plays into it like a fiddle. Now, he might be trolling. Drake is known to troll. But it's a lot of consistencies with him being light-skinned is what I'm saying, all right? So maybe Wayne might be right. Maybe Wayne might be right. All right? I don't know how you light-skinned niggas know how you feel, but me and my dogs, we always have these conversations about dark skin versus light skin. We always have these conversations, all right? All light-skinned niggas eat ass. I tell my homeboys that all the time. I got my little homeboy, he a red nigga. My dog loved Drake. And I told my dog, I said, yo, all light-skinned niggas eat ass. Now, I don't mean to stereotype. But a lot of times when I speak to light-skinned niggas and I ask them, I don't eat ass. But a lot of light-skinned niggas eat ass. Light-skinned niggas is freaky like that. Let's call a spade, all right? And I'm pretty sure there's probably a couple light-skinned niggas out there telling me I don't eat ass. But guess what? The exception never makes the rule. The exception never makes the rule. Keep that in mind. The majority of light-skinned niggas, yeah, they like eating ass. Light-skinned niggas on some pretty boy shit and they eat ass, all right? Listen, don't shoot a messenger. Bow. Shout out to AP Palmer in the building, yo. AP, we went on late today, all right? We on late today. 11 o'clock we went on. That part. But wait, that part. AP, I'm lying. Light-skinned niggas don't be eating ass. Listen, ask all them niggas. When I speak to my little nigga Life, my little nigga Life, we have this conversation all the time in the hood, all right? Dark-skinned niggas versus light-skinned niggas, what they own, all right? My red niggas eat ass, that part. Where my red niggas at, man? Niggas got to come in the comment section. Let me know. Let me know if you don't eat ass. Let me know. Dispel this shit. Dispel this consensus. That part. AP Palm in the building. You heard? That part, man. Shout out to family in the building. That part. We going on late today, guys. We had a lot of malfunctions, technical difficulties. First time I went on, the screen was freezing. The roadcaster's not working. The antenna was low. I had to use a different mic configuration, but nonetheless, I'm on. I was going to take a rest today, to be honest with you. You guys got to remember, this is consistency. I have not missed a Friday thus far. These Fridays continue. I have not since last year. This is the second season. We are on episode number 72 of the Don't Shoot a Messenger podcast. Nonetheless, all right? All right, you guys, let's move right along, all right? Shout out to everybody in the building. Big up to everybody in the building. All right. What we got? Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys are sharing the podcast. All right. Make sure you guys are sharing the podcast. All right. I want to give a shout out to 21 Savage, okay? 21 Savage, this album, The American Dream. American Dream is number one, man. Shout out to 21 Savage, man. 21 Savage was recently seen on the Shay Show, Shannon Sharp show. You know Shannon Sharp is on fire right now, all right? They're trying to say Shannon Sharp is competing with Joe Rogan right now. Nonetheless, all right? So, 21 Savage, The American Dream. The album is number one currently. Yeah, he did his thing. 21 did his thing, no doubt. He spoke about a lot of things on the Shannon Sharp show, Club Shay. All right. He said one thing. For one, let's just give a shout out to the album. The single is sounding fire, man. Big up to 21 Savage. The single is sounding fire, nonetheless. And I believe that he shot that video in London. Okay, you guys know he's originally from London. He's from across the pond, from the pond. Nonetheless, it's fire. The album is fire. All right, it's number one currently, and a lot of the consensus is I'm hearing reports that he's the number one artist right now. All right, we all know Drake is number one, but he might be trailing Drake at this point. I think he's the number one most sought after, probably most listened to artist, rap artist after Drake. I guess on the rise, the hottest artist, let's say. Because we already know, let's not get it confused. Eminem is crazy. All right, Eminem's crazy. And we're going to speak about this whole Eminem and Benzino. I'm tired of this Eminem and Benzino shit. They need to cut it. They need to cut that out. All right, but nonetheless, shout out to 21 Savage with the new album, American Dream. All right, he was on the Shannon Sharp show. 21 Savage said, he said, poor parents are better than rich parents. And when he said that, he left me kind of like boggled, right? I had to think on that. I had to sit back and really digest that. Pause. And I see the relevancy in what he's saying. I see the validity in what he's saying. I see the validity in what 21 Savage is saying. Okay. And there's so much things I can speak about this. All right. Rich parents, a lot of times, rich parents don't have time to spend with their kids, all right? Obviously, they're out there chasing their career and they have to maintain their empire. So rich parents don't have time for their kids. Poor parents, as opposed to poor parents, have more time to spend with their kids and child development, developing that child. And I'm seeing an example of that. I'm seeing an example of that with Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Now, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, you have Northwest, the daughter Northwest, all right? And we're going to be careful with this. We're speaking about the kids. But nonetheless, Northwest has been giving Kim hell. She's been giving her mother hell. She's been alluding to, and she's been nagging her mother about her father. And now they're even speaking about her staying, potentially living with Kanye West. This is kind of sad, right? They're seeing that Northwest, Kim was supposedly Kim be talking about how she used to cook for the kids. So Kim Kardashian speaks about how she cooks for the kids. Kim Kardashian gives off the perception that she's doing everything that a mother's supposed to do with her child, right? But as Kim is saying these things, she's being contradicted by her seedling, by Northwest. Northwest is saying that Kim does not cook for them. It's chefs that cook for them. All right. Northwest is debunking, if you want to say debunking. She's contradicting a lot of things that Kim Kardashian is saying. Kim Kardashian, as of recently, has been crying out, speaking about how Northwest has been a little bit disruptive towards her, right? Northwest, she looks like she's more happy when she's around her father. She's been calling out for her father, Kanye, more. And as time progressed, Northwest is looking more and more like her father. Northwest resembles her father more than Kim Kardashian. All right? And it's seeming like she's favoring her father more in these current times than her mother. Obviously, the love is equal. Let's not get this out of perspective. Obviously, the love is equal, but you can see that she's yearning to be with her father more. Northwest, she appreciates her father. Contrary to how the world perceives her father, she sees the genius, she sees the good in her father, like a daughter should, right? Kim Kardashian, she's seen on the show, she's basically starting to complain. She's subliminally complaining about the relationship between her daughter and how she's favoring, she's looked like she's favoring her father more than her mother at this current moment. That's how I perceive, that's how it looks, that's how I interpret, that's how it looks. It may not be that on the underlining, it may not actually be that. She may just be being disrupted because she just wants to spend more time with her father because she spends so much time with her mother, nonetheless. But this is what the reason I'm bringing this up, this is what 21 Savage was saying, that poor parents spend more time with their kids than rich parents. Poor parents are able to raise their kids better than rich parents. They're saying that Kim Kardashian is trying to compensate. She compensates with her not being there with her kids more often. She compensates that with gifts. So they're saying that Kim brings gifts to Northwest. She's bringing gifts to the rest of the kids to compensate for the time that she can't spend with them. All right? Nonetheless, shout out to Kim Kardashian, but don't shoot the messenger. This is what we're seeing. Obviously, you guys, they live their life. Their whole life is a reality show. This is the reason why I'm speaking to this. I wouldn't speak about this if they didn't make their lives available to us, right? But still, there's kids involved, so we have to use some type of discrepancy. Well, not discrepancy, but we got to be discreet when we're speaking about kids. Kids involved, all right? Nonetheless, shout out to Kim Kardashian, all right? I'm pretty sure it's not easy being a mother. These are her first kids that she's having with Kanye. Shout out to Northwest. Shout out to Kanye West. Big up to Kanye West, all right? And Kanye West coming with that new project. Kanye West has a project with 3 different album covers. Kanye West he was seen online telling Lil Durk to activate his Instagram account. We're going to need that account. We're going to have to promote. I'm ready to drop. So Kanye's ready to drop, apparently. And like I said before, Kanye, he has a 40-page apology, a 40-minute apology for the Jewish community, for his anti-Semitic remarks. So big up to Kanye West. All right, and we're looking forward to this new project, nonetheless. And like I was saying, Northwest, like, she wants to stay with Kanye. Northwest is looking more like Kanye every other day. As time progresses, she's looking more and more like her father as opposed to her mother. All right, now, you guys, make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. Once again, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. All right. This is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 72, if you didn't know. All right. Don't be a ninja watcher. Don't be no pocket watcher. And definitely don't be no peeping Tom. Do me that favor. We're going on very late today. This is not traditionally the time that I go on. All right. But like I said, we had some technical difficulties, and I still showed up to show. I showed and improved. All right. I'm in the building. I'm here. No fear. I'm here. L.O.T.S approved. L.O.T.S approved media. All right. Now, you guys, I want to give a shout out to Netflix. Netflix is dropping a Griselda Blanco series, Vergara. It's supposed to, I think it premiered a day ago. You guys familiar with Griselda Blanco, okay? She was a woman kingpin, drug lord. And yeah, drug lord. I think that sounds better. I think drug lord might be bigger than kingpin. Shout out to Griselda Blanco, all right? Okay, Griselda Blanco was bringing over 3 tons of cocaine annually into the United States, if you didn't know. 3 tons of cocaine into the United States annually. Griselda Blanco, just to give you guys a picture of how strong she was, how impactful she was. Griselda Blanco was making $80 million a month off of cocaine. All right? She also went by the name the Black Widow. I don't think there's no woman in the drug game that was as powerful, impactful as Griselda Blanco. All right? Now, there's a lot of things about Griselda Blanco that intrigued me. There's a lot of things about Griselda Blanco that intrigued me. Not just because she's just a woman. Not because she was so, she ruled with an iron fist, because they called her the Black Widow. All right? Black Widow. She niggas get murked for fucking with Griselda Blanco. $80 million a month. 3 tons of cocaine. 3 tons of cocaine per year through this one woman. This feminine vessel. Shout out to her. Obviously, she has her own Netflix series. Now, you guys, Griselda Blanco, I don't know if you guys know, Griselda Blanco used to talk to a black man. Griselda Blanco had a black man that she was with. If you guys see the pictures online, you're going to see her sitting next to a brown-skinned brother. This is what intrigued me about Griselda Blanco. She liked the black men. Yeah, you know I got to speak about it, all right? I started looking at Griselda Blanco's past pictures. When I seen Griselda Blanco standing to the black man, respectfully, she had gained a little bit of weight. Griselda Blanco, her face, she gained weight in her face. You know what I'm saying? She gained some weight. So it made me start to look into her past. I had to dig into Griselda Blanco's past. And when I seen Griselda Blanco, when I went into her past, I noticed that Griselda Blanco actually used to look good. Griselda Blanco was not always that size. She was a little bit slimmer. So I'm hoping that the Netflix series is able to depict that. I hope that they're going throughout the timeline. It reflects that, right? Not just when she came into the United States. I'm hoping that it reflects that. But yo, Griselda Blanco actually looked good. Griselda looked good, man. She looked good. Now, the time that the brother's with her, I don't know how long that brother's with her. But nonetheless, when Griselda Blanco, when she was younger, she was slimmer. When she got with that brother, all the pictures I see with her standing next to the brother, she's a little bit heavy set. Now, a woman that's so powerful, so impactful, so rich, so many resources, you probably would have to reconsider talking to her even with the size that she was at. To be honest with you, I think that would be very hard to turn a Mrs. Griselda Blanco down. Now, me, I'm not no gigolo. I ain't no gigolo. But I know a lot of niggas in the hood, and trust me, I would have reconsidered. Though I'm not a gigolo, I probably would have reconsidered talking to Griselda Blanco. But there's one thing, there's one factor about Griselda Blanco, that whole Black Widow shit. That brother that Griselda Blanco's with, that brother was brave. The brother was brave. She had the name the Black Widow. So obviously, if you cheated on her, this is potentially what could happen to you. You could potentially die for cheating on Griselda Blanco. Pretty sure she has all the surveillance. You being seen with another woman, obviously people would have been reported, so they would have reported this brother. So I really believe that brother was not cheating on Griselda Blanco. Either he wasn't cheating on Griselda Blanco, or Griselda Blanco, or either he wasn't cheating, or that brother, whoever he was, whatever chick he was with, was that loyal. And maybe she was better off she being loyal. Because you got to think about it. Whatever girl that was sleeping with Griselda Blanco man at the time, she would have came for her too. Imagine that. A chick, listen, if you're having sex, if your woman is Griselda Blanco and you're cheating, the girl that you're cheating with, she's not going to reveal that. There's no coming online talking about I'm sleeping with this brother. You see how these days and times, the internet, the days of the internet, these are the days of clout chasing, where women come on the internet. And this is a segue, because we're going to speak about Adrian Broner, all right? This is a segue. We are the days of the internet of clout chasing. So now, if you're in a woman's DM, if you're getting at a woman, and she feels like going up, she feels like getting some clout, she feels like she wants some attention, she wants to monetize this engagement with you, she can report this on, she could bring it to the internet. More and more now you see nowadays, and I know women been doing this, but the clout chasing's through the roof now, because now you got DMs. So women are revealing DMs, right? They're revealing who they're talking to, and they're ruining relationships. But I don't think that would have happened with Griselda Blanco. Griselda Blanco was the Black Widow. So if that brother that was sleeping with Griselda Blanco if he had a mistress, she wouldn't have said nada, because she know potentially the Black Widow would have caught her. All right? So fucking with a Griselda Blanco, it might have worked to your benefit. Fucking Griselda Blanco, it probably would have worked to your benefit. You know what I mean? I very much doubt any woman that was with this brother would have revealed that she was with that brother, because she wouldn't want no pressure from Griselda Blanco. And there's a segue I'm going into this, right? All right, listen. Adrian Broner was seen online. He's saying that he's loyal to his woman. All the time he hasn't been cheating on his woman. All right, you guys know Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, this guy, he gets a lot of attention when he talks. He gets a lot of attention on the internet, usually not for good things. All right, usually when you see Adrian Broner in the internet, it's not for something good, right? Nonetheless, the same as today. So now Adrian Broner was seen online, right? He's saying that he's loyal to his chick. He don't cheat. You guys know black men don't cheat. Contrary to what Adrian Broner is saying, there's been some women coming out the cut, and this is what we're speaking about, clout chasing at its best. For one, Mrs. Glorilla Pimp, CMG girl artist Glorilla said that's not true. Glorilla went online and showed she put up something on her page in which she said that it wasn't true, right? And I guess she has the DMs to prove that Adrian Broner's been getting at her. All right? And you think it would stop there. You think it would stop there with this unfortunate luck that Adrian Broner's having. But like I told you, this is the clout chasing age. Another woman came online and revealed that Adrian Broner's been getting at her. And she said Adrian Broner's been getting at her for 2 years. All right? Now, you guys, like I said, black men don't cheat. Don't shoot a messenger. But nonetheless, like I told you, it's clout chasing season. All right? This is the days of clout chasing. Nobody's safe. That's why you got to put vanish on your DMs. If you getting at these chicks on Instagram, make sure you guys are putting vanish in your DMs, all right? That's when they look at the message and the message vanishes, all right? Because this is a clout chasing era. Right now, if you're in a woman's DM, these women are saving these DMs, and they're saving it for a rainy day. They're saving it for that day so they can go up. And the same is for Adrian Broner. These women are coming out. Women are coming out everywhere saying that Adrian Broner be getting at them in their DMs. Now, you guys, this is one thing. The more women that come out, the less relevant it is. What a lot of women fail to realize is, because a nigga's in your DMs, that don't mean that he ain't in 100 other women's DMs. So women that are saying that men are in their DM, you gotta speculate. You gotta question yourself and ask yourself, because a man's in your DM, does that make you special? Are you special because I'm in your DM? Because if I'm in your DM, what makes you think I'm not in another woman's DM? Right? It makes you think. If you're in more than one woman's DM, how special are you? This is what Adrian Broner. This is what's going to give Adrian Broner the benefit of the doubt. This is what's going to give him some type of credibility for the fact that if more women come out and say Adrian Broner's in their DM, that means that you're not special. The more women that come out and say that Adrian Broner's in their DM, that means you're less special. A lot of women fail to realize we hit y'all with the same game. And ladies, I love you, but a lot of women fail to realize we hit y'all with the same game. So you need not feel special at times. Because a nigga's in your DM, that doesn't mean that he ain't in 100 other women's DMs kicking that same shit. All right? So when you guys are clout chasing, you going up. Keep in mind, you might not be that special that you think that you are. All right? A lot of time like I said, we use the same game. Shout out to Adrian Broner. Nonetheless, black men don't cheat. Shout out to Adrian Broner. All right? That part. You guys, make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. All right? And with that being said, I need you guys to make sure you guys are turning on your notifications. Like I said, I went on late today. Can you guys please turn on your notifications? Turn your notifications on for me. I know that's a little bit annoying, but turn your notifications on. Because I can go on at any time. And sometimes, like today, like I told you, I had some technical difficulties. Things was malfunctioning, turning on and off, like the poltergeist. All right? My computer, the computer sounded like the fan was on. The fan cut on prematurely. The antenna was low. My reception was low. I had to go on and go off twice today just so the antenna can go back up because I was noticing that the screen was freezing. Things are malfunctioning, but nonetheless, I still was able to come on today. All right. The Rodecaster Pro. I'm not even using the normal mic setup that I use. I couldn't even use that today. All right. And I was planning on not going on today, but I can't imagine not coming on for you guys. We got to keep that consistency up. All right. L.O.T.S. Approved Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 72. That part. Make sure you guys share this podcast. Remember, you guys got to keep in mind, we all have admirers, all right? I need you guys to share this with your followers. Share this with your followers. Share this with your loved ones. Share this with your family members, all right? You guys do me that favor. Do me that favor. You guys share this with your loved ones and your family members. That part. So we spoke about the Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki going at it. We spoke about Quavo and Chris Brown over in Paris in France, sitting next to each other but still able to be cordial. Shout out to them. And we definitely spoke about Drake and Lil Wayne speaking about Drake, light skin, that's why he get hated on. Y'all stop hating on Drake, man. Let's stop this Willie Lynch. Let's stop this red against light skin, short against tall, young against old. Let's cut it out, all right? That's that Willie Lynch. That's that separation. It's cool to make jokes and stuff like that, but let's not have animosity for each other based on our skin complexion, all right? Shout out to YFN Lucci. YFN Lucci will be home. According to the courts, according to YFN Lucci's lawyer, YFN Lucci will be home in 3.5 months. Home on parole, all right? 10 years probation. That part. He was hit with 20 years altogether. All right, but he's getting time served, and he's going to be eligible for parole in 3.5 months, in which the lawyer spoke to the prosecution, spoke to the DA, and I guess the prosecution, the judge, they agreed that they're not going to give YFN Lucci no resistance. All right, so when he does go for his parole, YFN Lucci will be placed on parole according to the courts, according to the lawyer. All right, shout out to YFN Lucci nonetheless. Shout out to the Griselda Blanco, the legendary Black Widow. All right, you guys get a chance, check that out on Netflix. You guys get a chance, go check out 21 Savage's music. All right, his latest album, The American Dream. Shout out to the London Kid. All right, and I think this is the latest that we've been on before. I might be wrong, but I think this is the latest that I've been on before. It's going past 12 midnight. That part. All right. Now, you guys, with that being said, I'm about to exit the building. All right. Do me a favor, like I said, share this. We're streaming on Facebook. We're streaming on YouTube. And we're streaming also on Twitter. All right. You guys get a chance, hit that like button. And you guys share this podcast. Episode number 72. All right. And running down the line, once again, I'm the incomparable, the author, imitator, cannot be duplicated, the one that took their style from. I'm the elected, appointed voice of the streets, leader of the streets, learner of the streets, lord of the streets. I'm the one that keeps creating what they keep taking. I create this shit. There's a lot of big platforms that watch me and take from me. But then I'm happy to be inspirational. Just give me my credit like I always say. I'm happy to be inspirational. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you to take something from me. If you're not useful, then you're useless. And I never want to be useless, all right? But once again, you guys, I am the incomparable, the author, imitator. And keep in mind, I'm public enemy number one. Public enemy number one. This is the most dangerous podcast on earth. I'm the top op. This is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media. And I want to welcome everybody once again to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 72. All right. Let's get some outro music here going. Hold up. Bada bing, bada bang. We did it. Another successful show. And I want you guys to keep in mind, nobody's promised tomorrow. All right, by the grace of Most High, I was able to meet up today. And I want you guys to give your praises to Most High, show your gratitude to the universe, and the universe will reciprocate that, all right? With abundance, all right? Bring abundance to you, more resources to you, more health to you, more love to you, all right? More potential opportunities to you. That part. All right. Remember, the highest mountain has the best view. You guys keep climbing those mountains. All right. No matter how steep it is. All right. You move a mountain. The way you move a mountain is that one is taking away one pebble at a time. That's all it takes. Discouragement and failure are the stepping stones to success. Don't be scared to fail. Never. That's the secret to it. If you guys know my secret, that's the secret. Never be scared to fail. Don't ever. That part. How can you fail if you never quit? Alright. Hopefully, guys, we can meet up next week. Like I said, nobody's promised tomorrow, so I can't promise you that I'm going to be here for you guys next Friday. But by the grace of Most High, if I'm able, and if Most High breathes air in my lungs like he did today, I'll be back next Friday, you guys. Alright? L.O.T.S Approved Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 72. And we out the building. Don't Shoot the Messenger.